Good morning, homie. And what better way to spend the morning than talk about why I do personally think the 3.x kind of delay, or 3.8 delay, by that I mean extension, and 4.0 delay, is both good and bad. I mainly think there is a specific reason why it's good for most players, but there is a specific reason why I also do think it's bad at the same time because of something they did, and today we're going to be talking about it. I know a lot of people are mainly talking about why it's bad, in which a lot of cases I do agree, but there are some stuff that is just being overlooked. And so today, we're talking about that.
Support me and the channel by clicking my link in the description and trying out Raid Shadow Legends. You'll start your account with the legendary champ Elenarl, as well as 3 awesome epics as you progress through the game. I appreciate all your guys' support. Remember to click the link and let's crush this.
It's gonna be longer, so I'm gonna talk about the good first. The good is practically stuff you could guess is just because we did have a lot of stuff just get thrown right back at us for reruns. And I know so many people that are just negative on currency because of how many reruns we did just get. And these aren't just like, oh, just regular triple reruns on characters that are like from 2.x and such. No, we had some of the best characters in the game rerun at the same time. First off, the new character was Cyrene, who's not only super hype, but also just a character that goes on practically every Chrysos era team. But we had our entire team practically rerun in the first half, being Tribby, Castress, Hyacinth. Castress already a sought out DPS because of how strong she is with insane vertical investment. Tribby E1 especially, that's all I really gotta say. That character is bonkers. Hyacinth as just a general sustain, especially with her light cone and such for characters that are really strong, such as Castress. That first half already was alone to just kill people, and then to top it all off, in the second half we had Finon, Cypher, and Maide. Main focus there would be Finon, especially for Finon E2, because of how just insane that dupe is for people who missed it the first time. A lot of people wanted to pick him up anyways, and then Cypher as well. A lot of people did not pick her up on her original banner, but finally saw her potential. Not only just with 3.x characters, but also with 2.x characters like Facial and Acheron. Picking her up, picking her Lycon up as well. Made, I don't really know how many people summon on him because, you know, he's kind of more on the underside of 3.x. Not saying he's bad, I'm just saying, like, comparatively, he's just, like, not focused on as much. But yeah, all these crazy characters and insane vertical investment on all of them. Made has his E1, Finon has his E2, and also technically E1 and Lycon, whatever. Cypher has a broken Lycon, and then for the first half side, Castress broken E2, crazy Lycon, Hyacinth, crazy everything. Tribby, broken E1, Cyrene herself, broken E2. There is so much stuff that people probably wanted to get. And in these games, one patch is not always going to be enough for you to recover your currency, which does bring me to the point of mainly the actual delay here is actually good for people to finally like catch up on time. And also kind of why, like, rerun wise, it's not like anything crazy. It's not like a super sought out after a unit being rerun. Aglia has already rerun enough for people to mainly get what they want, except, like, you know, there's some people that still will summon. Sunday, I don't know how many people are looking forward to his rerun. And then the break stuff, it really just depends if you're getting back into break or not. I don't really see any other reason you'd pull for any of them. Kind of like a chain. If you're interested, you're pulling the Dahlia, then you're pulling the rest. But if you're skipping the Dahlia, then you're probably skipping the entire thing. It's just a really nice breather, and then also does tie with the patch before, because again, as I mentioned, one patch is not always enough, so maybe you also summon in 3.6. Maybe not so much in 3.7, but you still don't have too much currency. So 3.6 was also crazy with Evernight, especially as just a character. The Herda rerun, and then second half being Danang, who has great investment. He was free, but he has great investment. And then also Anaxa rerun, which a lot of people have realized that that guy is absurdly broken. So again, all that really just ties into the fact that people really did need some form of a break. Usually the end of these patches are slower. I do want to say that this time feels even worse because of the delay and also not really gaining much, because last year we had 2.7, which was at least having Sunday and, you know, the whole Tingyun return. On top of that, I'm pretty sure that was the patch we got a free standard 5-star. We had some stuff going on. It was a lot more hype back then. I don't really know why, like, the hype-wise this time. Well, I know why. It's because they decided not to do anything with it, which, you know, I'll expand a bit more upon in the bad section. But yeah, nonetheless, the delay is just good because it gives people even more time to wait. Unfortunately, we just have to suffer a bit more of a stale period. But of course, the start of a new place is always big. We get majority of the map. Obviously, they get expanded like every version nearly. Big part of the map, new place, new story, probably going to be long. All these characters introduced, which hopefully we'll see drip marketing soon. And then people also need to reconsider every plan because maybe there's stuff that people are considering on rerun wise still. And when you add in the whole new 4.x version characters as well, it becomes a little iffy. And the extra little delay we do have in this patch can help you decide a little more upon what you want to do. Or even if you don't have rerun plans, it just gives you more time to save currency for the new 4.x characters because they are probably going to be hyped from what we do know. Obviously, none of this would apply to you if you ended up skipping like entirety of 3.6, 3.7, then you're kind of just like, oh god, you gotta suffer until 4.x. But most people, and I mean definitely most people, have been summoning a lot, especially with 3.7 being insane. And then 3.8 technically as well, as it revived a very, very loved, fan favorite popular character, Firefly. I'm sure a lot of people still did summon on the Dahlia as well. Maybe not as much as obviously like summoning in 3.7, but considering that Dahlia is a character that revives one of the most popular characters in the game's history, might still be the most popular character, I don't actually know. I can imagine a lot of people still did summon for her, and yeah, really just people really need a break. So now we have the rest of the version. We had an extra 2 weeks to build up stuff, which depends on if you have a daily login or not. That just gives you more time to save up over a multi. But now enough about that. I want to talk about the bad, because there is still some bad to this despite it seeming like mainly just a good break period for you to take it easy. There is again still some bad. This is mainly my own personal gripe speaking, but I've seen other people really agree with this and other people mention it themselves. And that's the fact they really haven't decided to do anything with it. I know in the beginning for the delay they compensated us with 10 fuel and also like 1,000 jades I think it was. Which is cool and all, but I'd much rather have better content to do, maybe some stuff to insinuate logging into the game. Because despite the delay, this patch is being treated like a regular patch, but you have the main event, which is out right now, that you can clear right away. Personally, I hated the event as well, but that's nothing new for the game. And then we have other 2 events, which are going to be on the shorter side, definitely, because they only give around 500-600 jades each, and there's only 2 more. That is regularly standard procedure for patches that are regular length, so we also, I guess, got the expansion to levels on the other modes. But that's really just levels. That's just kind of something you'd have to mindlessly grind because most people are done everything by now, so you just have to mindlessly do it. So I don't really want to consider that content. And then as I did mention, back then we had a lot more stuff going on, like not only were the characters hyper, but that's not the main focus. We also had like a free standard character given out, so that would incentivize a lot more hype around it because standard characters, that's mainly just like a Bronya free Eidolon. It doesn't really seem like much, especially nowadays, but it's better than nothing. I just don't really like how we have a regular patch that is extended, so there's actually going to be a time where there is nothing to do. Obviously that changes depending on if you blitz the content or not. But let's say you finished everything in like a normal timely manner that does expand usually upon the patch. If you were to play like that, by the end, once phase 3 hits, you probably will have nothing to do. I don't actually know if they're going to release this event near phase 3 or at phase 3, or they're just going to release it like a normal time, usually during phase 2, or one more during phase 1 and then the other one in phase 2, and then the rest is just stalemate. But pretty much no matter how you play, you're going to run into a time where there's just going to be nothing to do. Obviously that's nothing new, especially if you have been playing in a way where you do the events right away just because you want to get the currency, which I'm going to assume is a lot of the player base. That way of playing is going to get even more dick just because now you have a lot more time of nothing to do. Which is why I think that part is what makes it bad at the same time, is just because I think with the delay, they could have very easily offset it by giving us more events, which is something we've been asking for in regular patches anyways, but this time would be perfect. Like if we got maybe 2-3 more events with solid gameplay and not hopefully just slop, it definitely could have been more incentivized for people to log in, because once they finish these 2 events really quickly, what are they gonna do? I don't really think anyone wants to sit down and be like, yay, I'm going to grind Divergent Universe levels with the same team at a thingy. I don't remember if they expanded upon the currency war level 2, and that's probably something that people are more hyped about, but that you can exhaust quickly. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the lack of events for a delayed patch or an extended patch is just like, it's not a good look. But again, to each their own. This is also just my personal opinions, which you might disagree on. Comment down below what you think, and feel free to spark a conversation with someone. But that does bring this video to a close. I just wanted to make a quick video, well, quick quote unquote, talking about the goods and the bads of this extension slash delay. Good reasons, you get to mainly just, you know, hold on to your jades longer, build up some more jades for the 4.x, which is probably going to be the brand new meta and more stuff going on. But on the downside, this patch is going to be super dry, which is going to cause people to log in less, not really want to play. Maybe some people will log in like barely to the point they realize, I don't want to play the game anymore, and then they're done. They're gone. Has happened in the past before. I've seen it. But if you did find this video just enjoyable to watch and whatever, dropping a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel or haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe and turn the bell for future videos like this, along with all other types of style content. Check the description to join the Discord and check out my Archives channel. And once again, guys, if you are interested whatsoever in Raid Shadow Legends, definitely click the link in the top of the description or pin comment to create an account and get a very, very strong start. It also supports the channel a little bit, so if you are interested in the game whatsoever, definitely feel free to do so, and I'll see you later. Peace out.